What if the most dangerous weapon in a hacker's arsenal wasn't a virus, wasn't a laptop, and wasn't even something digital at all? What if it was something so small, so innocent looking, that you wouldn't give it a second glance in a coffee shop, an airport, or even your own office? These aren't tools built for Hollywood thrillers. These are real devices disguised as everyday objects, being used right now by hackers to exploit, infiltrate, and dominate the digital world we live in. From rogue USB sticks to tampered Wi-Fi networks, the modern hacker doesn't need to break into your home. They just need to plug in, listen in, or blend in. And the deeper we go into this rabbit hole, the more you'll realize how easy it is to become a target. It all starts with something simple, your Wi-Fi connection. You're sitting in a quiet cafe, maybe sipping a latte, browsing Instagram, or logging into your bank account. You see cafe-free Wi-Fi and you connect. Why wouldn't you? It looks safe. But what you've just connected to isn't the cafe's internet. It's a cleverly disguised fake network, set up using a device called the Wi-Fi Pineapple. Built to mimic legitimate Wi-Fi hotspots, this small, nondescript black box tricks your phone or laptop into believing it's a trusted connection. Once you connect, the hacker behind it gains access to everything you do online. Your messages, your login details, even your browsing history. They can redirect you to fake login pages, intercept private data, and all you see is a loading screen. The real threat? Most people never know it happened, and by the time they suspect something is off, the hacker has already moved on. Now imagine you're in an office setting. A colleague hands you a USB stick with a file they say you need for the next meeting. Or maybe you find one dropped in a parking lot labeled Payroll 2024. Out of curiosity, you plug it in. But it isn't just a USB stick, it's a USB Rubber Ducky, a tool that poses as a keyboard to your computer. The moment it connects, it begins typing out commands faster than any human could, opening terminal windows, launching malware, creating hidden admin accounts, or exfiltrating files in seconds. Your screen might flicker or it might stay completely still. To you, nothing happened. To the hacker, it was a silent instant breach. What makes this so dangerous is the trust we place in USB ports. Our devices recognize the Rubber Ducky as a keyboard, not a threat. And unlike viruses or malware, there's no software to detect, no alert to trigger. It looks like a nostalgic toy, almost like a Tamagotchi for techies. But the Flipper Zero is one of the most versatile hacking tools to hit the market in years. Designed originally as a portable multi-tool for hardware hacking, it's become infamous for its ease of use and wide functionality. This palm-sized gadget can scan and replay radio frequencies, clone RFID cards, interact with smart devices, and even jam certain signals. With a few clicks, it can mimic garage door openers, change channels on TVs, or trigger building access systems. While marketed as a learning device for ethical hackers, it's increasingly used by malicious actors to breach physical and digital security. What makes the Flipper truly alarming is its appeal. It's playful. It has a cute pixelated dolphin on the screen that reacts to your activities. It doesn't scream danger, but in the wrong hands, it's anything but innocent. Picture a crowded subway, a rush of commuters, someone brushes against your backpack or coat pocket. Nothing feels out of place. But in that instant, a small handheld device has just skimmed the RFID chip in your credit card or cloned your building access card. RFID and NFC Cloners don't need your PIN. They don't need your permission. All they need is proximity. And the data they gather can be used to recreate access cards, initiate fraudulent transactions, or impersonate identities. The technology itself is everywhere: contactless payment terminals, hotel room keys, employee badges, and that ubiquity is what makes it so vulnerable. Tucked between your keyboard and your computer tower, or buried inside a USB hub, sits a tiny device that looks like a simple adapter. But it isn't. It's recording every single keystroke you make. These hardware keyloggers don't require software to function. They don't show up in your task manager or antivirus scans. Once installed, they quietly log every username, password, document, and search query. In corporate espionage, this tool is gold. A disgruntled employee or an external contractor only needs a few seconds of access to plant one. Weeks or months of data can be collected before anyone even suspects a breach. And when paired with wireless capability, they don't even need to retrieve the device to access the data. Think of the Bash Bunny as the smarter, meaner cousin of the USB Rubber Ducky. It looks like a bulky USB stick, but it can detect what kind of device it's plugged into and adapt its attack accordingly. Plug it into a Windows laptop, it launches a PowerShell script to extract credentials. A Linux server, it opens a terminal and downloads a rootkit. The Bash Bunny is programmable, adaptable, and silent. It even supports multi-payload execution, allowing it to carry out complex multi-stage attacks that evolve in real time. Unlike traditional malware, there's no download, no click, no phishing email, just physical access in a few seconds. Designed to look like a simple USB to Ethernet adapter, the LAN Turtle is anything but. Once plugged into a network, it establishes a covert backdoor, giving remote attackers full access to the internal infrastructure. This is how attackers move laterally through corporate environments, harvest credentials, and manipulate internal systems. It blends in with normal hardware. Network admins might overlook it for months. It doesn't need to scream to be heard, it just needs to whisper in the right frequencies. If this is already making you rethink your digital habits, there's more you need to know. In the description below, you'll find a free guide that walks you through exactly how to protect yourself from these devices. We've also included exclusive info on 2 government-grade gadgets too dangerous to show here. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. These aren't just in spy movies anymore. GSM interceptors, or IMSI catchers, are real-world tools used to impersonate cell towers. Your phone, believing it's connecting to a legitimate tower, instead sends all its communication, calls, texts, even encrypted messages, through a rogue device. Governments use them for surveillance, but hackers can use them too, intercepting 2-factor authentication codes, listening in on calls, or tracking a target's location in real time. All without alerting the user. To your phone, it just looks like strong signal. They write, they clip onto pockets, and they record in full HD. Hidden camera pens are used more than you'd think in everything from office espionage to ATM tampering operations. Some record video, others also capture audio, and many have motion sensors that activate only when movement is detected, preserving battery life and storage while making them harder to detect. In environments where confidentiality is critical, one seemingly innocent pen can compromise everything. The most dangerous attack isn't always aggressive. Sometimes it just watches. Portable packet sniffers are devices that monitor and log data traffic over networks. Left under a desk or inside a server room, they can collect login credentials, emails, browsing data, and more, especially on unencrypted networks. Because they don't inject anything into the system, they're nearly impossible to detect. They don't break down doors, they wait for you to leave them open. The world of hacking has evolved far beyond complex code and basement hackers. It's about physical tools, disguised, silent, and devastatingly effective. The most dangerous devices are the ones that don't look like threats at all. From the streets to the boardrooms, these gadgets are reshaping the battlefield of cybersecurity. Whether you're an individual, a business owner, or just someone trying to protect their privacy, understanding these threats is the first step to defense. So if this video opened your eyes, hit that like button to support the channel. Subscribe so you never miss the next reveal, because trust me, what's coming next will blow your mind. Stay alert, stay informed, and never underestimate what looks harmless. Because sometimes the smallest gadgets can cause the biggest breaches.